Hi guys, this is Sami from Saltywater Tackle. Today we're going to be talking about the Twisty leader and the benefit for the Twisty leader, and when we use the Twisty leader and the terrain that is best used for the Twisty leader. And a lot of people think that the Twisty leader is really complicated. I just want you guys to think about the Twisty leader set as three pieces. We got the bite leader, we got the Twisty leader, and we got the main line, which is a hollow line. To be able to use the Twisty leader, the best way to do it is to have the hollow line as your main line, as a PE line, if you want to say it this way. The inquiry comes in from different guys, and different email that we received in the past asking what's the benefit, why do we need it, can we get away without it? Of course you can get away without it, but we really had great success on using it, and it's been accounted to land a lot of fish with no problem. When it comes into us, we prefer to use it because from our experience and the fishing that we do, it serves us perfectly. So today, again, we're going to show you how it's done. I want you to give it a shot if you want, and you find out yourself if it's suitable for you and suitable for the fishing that you normally do. Okay guys, we're going to show you how we're going to make the Twisty leader, and we're going to show you what kind of stuff that you need to make it. So you're going to need the line tensioner, you're going to need a scissor, plier, and a lighter, and most important, you're going to need the needle. There's two ways to do it. You can do it through the needle. They sell the needle separately, or you can do it through like a piano wire or a fishing wire. This is the easiest way, and it's cheap. So you want to try it, you want to give it a shot before you commit to it, that's the way to go. And we're gonna need a mono, and the mono could consist of I would say you need to start from 100 pound up to 200 pound shock leader that you need to use for the Twisty. It depends about the target species and where you're fishing and the terrain. But for bluefin tuna, I prefer from 150 to 170, 180 at the most. And personally, I will always lean more toward the fisherman shock leader. So now I'm going to go to the back, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to make the Twisty. Once we're going to make the Twisty, I'm going to come over and I'm going to show you how we're going to thread it to the main line. And from there, we're going to connect the end of the Twisty to the bite leader. Let's go to the back. Okay guys, so as you see, we came in from the table. We want to show you how we're going to do the Twisty leader. I get over here 4 feet of mono line that I doubled it. So actually it's 8. I doubled it to come up with approximately 4, maybe a little bit less or more. It doesn't really matter. This is the way I like to do it. I like to do it by hand, and you get the far end of it. You take it to an object that is steady and is now moving. You put it there and you start twisting, and you're bringing your finger up. So by keep on doing that, I will have the Twisty and the distance almost like half an inch in between. I don't like to tie it up really well, meaning pushing all the way up. I like that Twisty to do its job. If we tie it up a lot, it doesn't feel like it's doing the job when the line needs to stretch a little bit. So I reach the end of it right now, and it's very simple. I take that end, I make a loop, and I run it once or twice, it doesn't really matter. And you gotta keep that tension on the top, and I just pull and I secure it. And once I do that, my twisty is done. I got my loop here, and this is just to secure it. So it doesn't need to be perfect, but just to secure it. And I got my twisty and my loop. Simple.
Guys, my name is Paul. I believe you just saw Sami did the twisty manually. Now I'm going to show you how it's done using the power drill. Same thing, you gotta find the center of the monoliter. Make sure you have something fixed to the wall. Next, you will want to attach your leader to the drill on one side. Next, you need a pair of vice grips on the other end of the leader. A lot of people make the mistakes. They twist both lines together. You're not supposed to do that. That way you're not actually twisting the leader, but you're twisting the whole mono itself, and when you release the clamp, it's gonna unravel by itself. What I do is I have this fixed, and the drill is gonna rotate. That's how it's done. Notice that I'm moving up and down. This just to even out the twist. Once you see the line getting twisted, you're about done. What you do next is you hold on to both the leader, remove the drill, next you will want to clamp both ends together, and then slowly release and let it twist by itself. Notice how the twists are going. They're spiraling, and when you get to the top of the loop, just make it small. That's all you need. Next, same as how Sami finished it, just do a double overhand. There you go. Simple, fast, way faster than Sami. Thank you.
Alright guys, we just came in and we did the twisty from the back, and this is how it looked like. Over here we have the loop. So this is the first part, and put it on the side, and now we're going to take the main line, which is consists of a hollow line, and we're going to thread that line, and we're going to end up with the loop that looks like this at the end. There is two ways to do it, or you can thread it from now, or you can thread it later. I would prefer to thread it later. What we're gonna do is, I'm just taking the line and make believe that I have a loop over here, and I'm gonna work with this loop through the twisting, and we're gonna do it through cat's paw. So we take the loop over here, and we go inside. Okay, and once we go inside, we're gonna pull up that twisty, and once we pull it, you're gonna see this is the first loop. Now we open it a little bit, and we take that end again, and we're gonna insert it again inside the loop of the twisty. And once we insert it, we take that end of the twisty and we put it inside. Due to the cold weather, the line is a little bit rough and is not soft to work with. And this is now the second one. So we can pull a little bit again, and in order to get, you can use a pen or anything a little bit sharp but not really pointy to damage the hollow line. I just want to pull it up a little bit, so I'll pull it. I'll get the first end that I put in. It goes back inside the loop. Okay, and that end goes inside. You can do it up to 4 to 5 times is really efficient for that, and it will stand to the abuse. It shouldn't be more than that. And this is how it looked like. This is a 3 times. All what you gotta do is you just pull, and it will bite. And with this kind of cat's paw, the good things and the advantage of it is when the fish pull on it, what happened is that the main line, which is the hollow, bite on the leader. It doesn't cut through, it bite on the whole line. So the good things about it, that the pressure is divided equally. Once we're done with the connection, I'm gonna drag the tag end inside the main line to secure it completely, and we're ready to go. So I'm gonna show you how it's done. This is the main line. You go with it all the way to the end. You point where it ends. This is the main line over here. You open it a little bit, and you take your needle and you push it to the inside. I normally have a cup of water over here to wet that main line. We might want to exit to secure it at certain time, just to add that security, so we can exit. So the cup came in.
Thank you, Raymond.
Thank you, Raymond. So while you're going through, all what you gotta do is just dip that end in the water and keep on going slowly. You can, if you want, you can secure it by going out again and getting in. It's, I mean, it's always a good idea. So I'm gonna stick it. I'm gonna go out from the main line and go back again. Right at the end, you exit, you pull that needle out, open it, take that end, put it inside, lock it up, and you just have to pull slowly. And it doesn't hurt to put a little bit of water. So I pull it all the way up. I hold it and I go down and I pull, 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 pull. So the needle is going to exit at the far end, and once it exits, you open that needle, the wire as a matter of fact, since we're not using a needle. You take the far end, you put it between, you lock it by pushing it all the way up, and now what we do is you pull that end tag of the needle, you pull it slowly. And now we have the far end tag. We hold it and we go down all the way. And once we reach the end, all what you want to do is just pick up on the slack. Once you pick up on the slack, this is the far end that we started. This is the loop to loop right there. So you just push that line down. And you'll be left over. Sometimes, sometimes you'll be left over, sometimes not. But you'll be left over with that far end. All what you gotta do for that far end is just push to the outside a little bit. Okay? Take that scissor and cut it. Cut the far end, and you just push down, and that line disappears. This is how it's gonna look like. So, this is what we got here. This is the loop to loop, and we threaded our main line. So now this line over here is good as well for casting, because you have 260 pound over here. Depends about what you're using, but it's much easier to use the thick line for casting. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that end of the twisty leader, and I'm going to put my bite leader on it. Again, for bluefin tuna, I suggest to use fluorocarbon leader. For GT fishing, you don't need fluorocarbon. I like to use the moi moi, and it's preferably between like 250 pound to 300 pound bite leader. All depends about what you guys like. So we're gonna thread it as if we're using we're going GT fishing, but I'm gonna use 200 pound Valivas. I would go with around 3 feet length, but don't take my word 100%, because if you're using over 8 foot rod, like 8.2, 8.3, you might want it a little bit longer. So you just cut it. Okay. We lay them next to each other, and we will form a loop, and we will hold on to it. Okay. On that loop, we run position this. We run it inside twice, both of them. 1 and 2. And when we pull together on the same time. And this is what we got. Okay, once you pull a little bit on the line, you can hold it on your teeth, or if it's really it bit really good, you get the line tensioner. Okay. You run it 2 times around it, and you pull. And you pull to a point that you feel it stretching a little bit. Once we get the figure 8 and we pulled it really well, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut that tag end. So we get the plier, and always leave a little bit of line exposed. We cut both, the twisty and the main bite leader. It's always a good idea to burn it. So that booze liner comes always handy, especially on a windy day outside in the open air if you're doing something. And always push it. And now we're done. And when we cast from the twisty, right here. This bulky nut has to stay on the outside of the guide. And I'm going to show you a whole setup over here. This is a complete setup of a rod with a twisty ready to go. And you can see it over here. The main line with the twisty, and when we're casting over here, you can see that that nut is not passing the guide. This is a good distance, I find. It's a little bit over the lure is, I would say, covering 60% of the rod, and that gives you the ultimate castability to load properly and be able to launch any kind of stick bait or popper you want. I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode, and really looking forward for more stuff in the future. We'll be doing more, and if you guys have any question concerning the Twisted Leader, don't hesitate to call us or email us, or put your comment on YouTube. We will answer you as soon as we can, or as soon as we see it. And really, we would like you to be part of it. We want to see you guys commenting and tell us what you think. Give us your opinion. This is a learning curve. Everybody, we might be wrong, you might be right. If we put things together, by the end of the day, we're all going to learn from each other to improve. So we want you as well to join our channel. So I really encourage you to join our channel on YouTube. There will be more stuff coming in the future. So stay tuned.